Oh, well, hello. Oh, actually worked this time. Half the time I do it, it doesn't do it. It says I've been on 2 hours and I've got to restart it. But at least this worked out. But, this is the least of my worries. Okay, y'all. I'm getting it. The food distribution is underway. Ugh. I don't see little Noah. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Little Noah. Or Moo. No Moo. Anyway. I did see Moo this morning, so I'm sure he's doing well. Let me get this bowl over here, everyone. Hello, Bruce. Thank you for being here, Bruce. It's so nice to see you. Rudini, I saw your comment. Rudini, thank you so much. That's kind of what I thought it was. I'm not totally ignorant about cars. No, I'm going to have it towed, Ray. Which is money I don't have. I'm going to have to come up with the money. Hello, Puppet Cats and Quads. Hello, Daniel. Thank you for being here. Hello, Alexia. Oh, thank you all for being here. I live out here in the woods. It's going to cost me at least $100 to get it towed. God only knows how much money to get it fixed. Hello, Sydney Cat. Thank you, Sydney Cat. I am stranded. Fortunately, I did get a very kind, loving neighbor to take me to town to get a few things. Hello, Robert. Hey, Robert. Thank you for being here. I'm worried about my Moo cat. Moo's not here. But there's my puffy-tailed Kaizera. Did need this week is like the bottom of my barrel of things in supply. For those of you who do not know, and I don't know if everybody else's Social Security checks are different. My mother's Social Security checks are the third Wednesday of every month, even if that third week falls for 4 weeks or 5 weeks. It just, Thank you, Diana. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much, Diana. So it doesn't matter, if it falls for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. So it's just always the third Wednesday of every month. I don't know how other people's Social Security checks work, but I needed the car Wednesday, a couple of days from now, to pay my bills and buy the groceries for the next couple of weeks. And hello, Chris. Thank you for being here. Here's someone called, I know what grass feels like. Well, yeah, grass is a great thing. So, I called my neighbor, and her son came out here and looked at it. Well, it goes around several things. It's like you see these round pulleys. It goes around at least 5 different things. Literally about 5 different things in the car. It's like it runs half of the things in the car, and it's literally inoperable. It's just like a metallic shell in the yard, and I'm hoping I can convince the mechanic that I have known for about 15 years. I've used this mechanic for 15 years to let me pay him a little bit at a time. And if not, I'm screwed. Because I could say, well, I'm going to go somewhere, I'm going to sell some of my jewelry again, but I can't sell my jewelry without my car taking me there to sell my jewelry, because I have to go 50 miles to sell jewelry. Anyway, when you live in the woods, everybody says, hey, that dog is bothering you. Why don't you call animal control? Well, there is no animal control. Well, thank you, Sydney Cat. I appreciate that. And one time I showed a video where I was walking down the road, and they said, you shouldn't walk down the road. You should be on a sidewalk. In the woods, there's no sidewalk. I mean, I think people think I live in a small town. I do not live in a small town. I live in the woods. A very rural area. Yes, that's what I said, Rudini. I live in a rural area. There's no garbage pickup. There's no fire protection. There's no this. There's no that. We do have very good police protection. Hey, Adam. Hey, Adam. Thank you for being here. Hello, Demi. Thank you for being here. Photos Against Anxiety. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, Diana, that's the thing. People don't understand. Somebody said, well, why don't you take a bus? Why don't you call a taxi? One time I had car problems years ago. I'm like, there's no bus. There's no taxi. Oh, yes, Demi. Look, it is a beautiful day. I can give it that. It is a beautiful day. I am blessed to have this beautiful day with the cats, even though I don't see Moo or Little Noah. So I am missing a couple of cats. But, you know, count my blessings. I did have a neighbor come over here and look at it. Oh, Sir Smokes a Lot. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for being here, Sir Smokes a Lot. Yeah, I kind of knew when I looked at it, because, you know, I'm not totally ignorant about cars. I had an uncle and a cousin who were mechanics who could take apart a car, put it together. And my husband was a pretty fair mechanic, my ex-husband. Oh, it's Maiden. Hey, Maiden, thank you for being here, Maiden. And Raymond, thank you for being here. I have not seen you anywhere lately, Raymond. I hope you're doing well, Raymond. Yeah, I do have a lot of people I've known personally who were mechanics who you can say, hey, could you fix this for me? You know, so I'm not ignorant about cars because I grew up listening to men talk about cars. It's a redneck thing, even though I'm not a redneck, y'all. No offense to rednecks. I love everyone. Hey, Michelle. Thank you for being here, Michelle. British Bee. Yes, they are funny looking chipmunks. Thank you for being here, British Bee. Thank you all for being here. Hey there. Little what? There's Shadow. Here's a doe. Hey there. Thank you all for being here. I truly do appreciate it. Here's some more food. There you go. Well, thank you, Raymond, for stopping by. It's always nice to see you, Raymond, and I truly do appreciate it that you took the time to stop by. Yeah, Chris, I really do think people don't grasp what it's like to live in the middle of nowhere. There's no Uber, no Lyft, no taxis, no bus. If you don't have a car, you could be walking 12, 15 miles. Or maybe if you could do it 5 miles to a Dollar General, which everything costs way more. And yeah, it's just, there are so many pluses to, and I'm not complaining about being out here. There's so many good things about living out here in the middle of nowhere. Most of the time it's quiet. Most of the time I don't have to worry about anybody stealing anything or bothering me. But you know what? When you need something, oh, Diana, thank you for asking that. Diana, I just do it when I get the free time. You know, Diana, I am a full-time caregiver. And I just, when I can grab the time, I'll get on here. But, you know, thank you for being here, Diana. I always appreciate that. Really, I appreciate all of your comments. I am reading them. I read everyone's comments. I thank you all for being here. But yeah, I mean, so I look at the good and the bad of living in the middle of nowhere. The good is it's quiet, it's peaceful. For the most part, people never bother you. And then for the bad part is, if something happens, it's too bad, so sad. So, I had somebody tell me once, years ago, on my channel, they said, why don't you just get on a bus? I'm like, there's no bus. Hey, Michelle. I love you, Michelle. Thank you for being here. Oh, there's Kazera. Oh, thank you, Sir Smokes a Lot. Sir Smokes a Lot pays attention to what I'm saying. Oh, thank you for being here, Diana. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Thank you all for being here. Let's look at the sunset. Maybe we might see something pretty tonight. My neighbors were just mowing their yard, but they're kind of back behind their house now. I hope you cannot hear their lawnmower. Oh no, here's little Noah. She wasn't here earlier. Hi, kitty. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Come here. Kitty. She's afraid. Come here. Here, kitty. Kitty, kitty. Okay. Well, thank you, Puppet Cat. Yeah, there are so many beautiful things about being out here, Puppet Cat, and everyone here. I am surrounded by beautiful, large trees. Most of the time, tranquility. Probably 98% of the time is tranquility. My beautiful cats and birds and peacefulness. But now I am in panic because I just got to convince this mechanic to let me pay him a little bit at a time. I do not know how much time, how much money this is going to cost me. I know towing is going to be at least $100, and I know this guy. I've known him for 15 years. I'm hoping that after 15 years, he will trust me to let me pay him a little bit at a time. Maybe he won't. Oh no, Ethereal's here. Hey, Ethereal. Here he is for his snuggies. You want a snuggie, don't you, baby? Oh, Raymond? Hey, y'all, I'll just take y'all for a little walk to show you my car. Here we go. We're going to the car. We're going. Here it is, everybody. Live and in person. The very, very, very long belt. Very long. Okay, I know the belt won't cost much, but it covers this pulley, that pulley, that pulley, and that pulley, and that pulley. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pulleys. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. At least in my eye, I can count 6 pulleys that this belt wrapped around. But I just hope I didn't do more damage than I should have by starting it up. Yeah, that's what I'm counting, Sir Smokes a Lot. Sir Smokes a Lot, are you a mechanic? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I count 6, Sir Smokes a Lot. You are correct. And I know this is not worth more than a few dollars, but it's the labor cost. And I understand mechanics. They're trying to make a living like just anyone else. I understand they all want to everybody needs to make their money. I understand that. Yeah, Sir Smokes a Lot. I have a lot of family members who are semi-mechanics, and I haven't seen them in years. And my ex-husband was a semi-mechanic, sort of, kind of. And so I have heard a lot about them. Look, y'all, Kaisera has took my chair. Kai, can I sit down? Kai, can I have a chair? Kai. She says no. Kai, you can sit in my lap. Oh, look at that poofy. Yeah, Maiden, that is true. Me growing up, man knew you did not have to have a mechanic. Maiden, you know. What? I can slap that on in a few minutes, but unfortunately, that ship has sailed for me. Well, hello, Daniel. Have a great night at work. I know overnights can be rough. Thank you for being here. We have both of the black cats here now. That is little Noah. Her tail is not as plush as her tail, and that's how I tell them the difference. Her tail's a little puffier. That's big Noah, and that's little Noah. Yeah, Maiden. Back when I was around men, and I haven't been around men for a while, you didn't know a man who didn't know this stuff. Like, what? You have this problem. You have that problem. What? I can do that in 20 minutes. Michelle, Miracle is doing well. Thank you, Michelle, for asking. He did not get to go for a walk today. My day has been so chaotic. I had to ask, oh my God, you do not know. Oh, thank you, Raymond. I appreciate that. I am so independent. I hate to ask anybody to do anything for me. And I'm just so independent. If I can't do it, I'll pay somebody to do it. But I am stuck until I can pay somebody to do it. Yeah, maiden, that is just the way it is. I grew up with every man, all these men standing around in a group talking about the cars. Well, it has a this. It has a that. We're going to do this. It has some sort of cylinder. It has a fuel injector. I heard all of that, and I knew that you could take it to your uncle and they could fix it for a few dollars. Literally. Probably, yeah. Maiden, they did. Maiden, I hate NASCAR. I don't want to offend anybody, but I cannot stand the car races. I can't. But you know what? You could ask just about any man, they could fix almost any part on your car as long as it did not have a computer. Hey, we have hydration going on, everyone. Remember, no matter how heinous your day might be, stay properly hydrated, everyone. Drink your water. It's very important. Maiden, you sound more like you're from the South than you are from Canada. Have you ever spent time in Louisiana? Maiden? Oh, Ray, I do try to, every live stream, I do try to do a PSA about the importance of hydration. Maiden, I thought you lived in Canada. It's the south of the Canada. Maiden, thank you for making me laugh on this very difficult day. Yeah, that was the whole thing about men getting around. They were either talking about hunting and the deer they had, unfortunately, I can't say the word, the deer they harvested, or they were talking about their cars and the motors, and it has this kind of motor and this kind of da-da-da, and it does this, like, yeah. And that's just how I heard every man or guy or boy talking about that. Oh, yeah, Rudini, Ray. I heard what they were saying about the girls, and it wasn't nice. But that's okay. Now, every man I knew was obsessed with cars or hunting. Something like that. I'm just happy to know it's not just necessarily a Southern thing. Well, sir smokes a lot. I used to go shopping for clothes because my life was different, but that was 20 years ago. But I do remember how much fun it was to go shopping for clothes. Yeah, Michelle, I do know how to change all the fluids and add the fluids. I know how to do transmission, steering pump, oil. If it was a fluid and I could do it, I have done it. And when I did all of that yesterday, and it went, can't put on make a sound, and it smoked, I'm like, this is not a fluid problem. See, Maiden, I didn't know people in Canada hunted. I thought that was a southern thing. Oh, Michelle. Well, I'm sorry if I disturbed Elsa. Well, here we go. Let's look at ethereal. Well, Ray, Jess was trying. Who wants to hear a story about someone who is a dumbass, who is a man in the South changing the oil? Who wants to hear the story? If you don't, I won't tell it. But it's a funny story. It's about somebody who worked for my daddy. And it's a very funny story. If you don't want to hear it, I won't tell. Oh, Bruce. Okay. Well, my father, okay, if y'all don't know, Louisiana is very big, or was, in oil and gas industries. If you got natural gas coming into your house, probably it came from Louisiana. But that there had to be a pipeline to run your oil, to run your gas. It just does not get there magically. And someone had to dig those pipelines. So here's a little history. The house I live in now and the car that's broken down now and everything I've had in the last 40, 50 years come from oil and gas industries. And so there's a vehicle that would go through the mud to check out the oil and gas pipelines that my father was digging so you people up north could keep warm. And so he hired some guy to work for him. And he said, change the oil in this truck. Or some sort of vehicle. It's a truck or a tractor or something. And the guy kept putting oil in. He said, I don't understand why I cannot fill this truck, or I don't know what it is, truck, bulldozer, ditch hoe, whatever. And he's like, I can't fill it up no matter how much oil I put in. It never shows as full. I can't fill it up. He didn't put the stopper in. He never put the stopper in. And every bit of oil this guy put into whatever kind of vehicle it was running on the ground. Of course, my father said, you dumb blankety blankety blank 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 blankety blank blank blank. You just poured all that oil on the ground. You didn't put the plug in. You dumb. My father held nothing back. My father had no filter. Literally, he would tell you how it was, everything. And that's my story about people who change oil who should not be doing it. Ray, my father could string along a group of obscenities that would make a sailor blush. Seriously. But the thing about my father, he went out there, he was very intelligent. I'm going to tell a story about my father. He only went to the 6th grade because he had very severe back problems, but he was very intelligent, and he learned how to make his life work to earn copious amounts of money. But my mother, who married him, and this is how smart my mother was, and now she's sitting there, she doesn't know who she is. My mother knew how to hide the money. My mother put back thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars that my father never missed. Good on you, Mama. My mama, she might not know who she is right now, but my mother, in her day, put back thousands upon thousands of dollars, and she was able to, after my father dumped her, acquire a home and everything. So, my mother was smart in her own way. Hey, Cheryl. Thank you for being here, Cheryl. Oh, no. Look, it's Intruder Kitty. It's Big Tom. No, Big Tom. But there are a lot of different kinds of intelligence. My mother, who was a homemaker and never nothing but a homemaker, managed to hide thousands of dollars from my father that he never missed. And I'm talking about $2,000 or $3,000. I'm talking about multiple thousands of dollars, and to acquire a home and a car and whatever she needed after he went on his midlife binge. There's Big Tom, y'all. Yes, Ray. You know what? My mother might not act like she's the smartest person in the world, but you know what? She's got a house to live in now because she was smart to sneak away money. And you know what? Nobody ever missed it. It was so subtle, the way she hid money, that no one ever said, "What happened to that money?" Yes, she did, Michelle. Yes, she did. I can tell y'all where I hid money. Y'all might not want to hear it. Do y'all want to hear where Tranquil hid money from her husband? But it's not, y'all might not like it. You might not like where I tell you where I hid my money. But I can tell you if you just are not easily offended. Look at that puffy tail hanging down there. Okay, if you're a man, brace yourself. In a tampon. I would take a tampon holder. If you're men, you don't know what I'm talking about. Comes in a plastic applicator. I'm going to get banned from YouTube for this. You take the tampon out. You take all your cash and you roll it up tight. Tight, tight, tight. In a little tiny roll. You take a cotton ball and you put it at the end of the tampon applicator so it still looks like a tampon. And then you put your cash in and then you wrap it up in the plastic. money is hidden, no man is going near that. So anyway, I did hide thousands of dollars inside of a box of tampons. And if I offended anybody, I'm sorry. Because men aren't going to look at that. Because it just looks like if you're looking for it, you gotta, it's, you don't know until you open it up. And you take the plastic wrapper, seal it up with glue. And even if they open it up, they will still see the string and whatever. And my husband never found it. Okay, Ray is giving advice. No Niffy. I do hear my neighbors doing a lot of lawn work. They got their weed eaters and lawn blowers going. Yeah, you know what? I think the less that you have that people who are trying to take it from you, the better you off you are. Like, you just have to recognize the people who might try to take your money from you. But you know what? Okay, Oliver, I tried giving you a wrench before. You didn't want it. You said take it away. Oliver, I will gladly give you a wrench. And here you go, Oliver. I hope you accept it this time, Oliver. There's Princess. Kaisera, you can sort of see her behind the slats in the chair. Oh my God, how many weed eaters do they need? Anyway, if you hear the weed eaters, I apologize. Ah, no Niffy. I hope you had a great day today, new Niffy. There's Princess. There she is. But there's Kaisera. You can't see her in the chair. But of course, Ethereal. Here's Ethereal. Getting his after dinner snuggies. There they turned it off. I no longer hear their garden care machinery. Oh no, they're starting up again. I spoke too soon. Oh, yeah, Ray, thank you for telling me about that. Yeah, I do know the last time I had it towed, and that's been right at 5 years ago, it was $85. I'm sure it's much more than that. But, I gotta have a car. I'm going to try to appeal to the mechanics' sense of humanity to let me pay him a little bit at a time. He has helped me before. Maiden, I do have a weird way of putting words together. I do try to sound very articulate. Ray, I'm out here in the woods, and my mother, who has health, who is rapidly declining, I do need to, I have to have a car. I just Have to have a car. I did talk to a neighbor today who did take me to town, and I felt awful about it. I am so fiercely independent, y'all. I have been so fiercely independent, y'all, that a few years ago, if I had encountered this situation, I said, well, I'll just buy another car, you know. But because I do live in the woods, I literally live in the middle of nowhere. If there's an emergency with my mother, I'm screwed. And if I said screwed and that offends you, I'm sorry. I hope we're all adults here. Well, oh, Crystal, thank you for being here. One of my old friends, Crystal. Everyone, I do encourage everyone to check out each other's channel. There's a lot of great people here. Really, everyone check out each other's channel. New Niffy, Locket is in the house. I went to get the cat food and opened the door, and Locket ran inside. Locket was fast like a rocket. I call him Locket the Rocket. He ran into the house, and I know he's on my bed right now, comfortably resting. Yeah, Maiden, I do need a car. If there's an emergency, yeah. And you know, I just sort of think about how different my life was a few years ago. I'm like, what? This car's broken? I do have two cars, but my other car is no longer operable. And I had a backup car, so if one broke down, I could use the other, and then one broke down and I could not fix it. And now the other one broke down, and I'm just screwed, y'all. But that's Princess. That's Princess over there. There she is. And this is little my little baby Ethereal. That's Ethereal. Yeah, so you know, if I lived where I could get an Uber or a Lyft, taxi, or a bus, I'm like, yeah, no big problem. But when you live 12 miles from a store, yeah, that's a long way to walk. 12 miles to a store. Remember, everyone, Princess is reminding you it's important to stay hydrated. Drink your water, everyone. And I hear gunshots. When don't we hear gunshots out here in the woods? And then I hear more gunshots. And it's not hunting season. There's no reason to be hearing that. People. Oh, Adam, how are you doing after that? I'm sure you have got a fast recovery from that. I do know people who've done it. I have been there with my mother when she done it quite a few times. There's Princess right there, center of the screen. Here's the sun going down behind the trees. And I don't know if y'all can see that. That's Kaisera and the broken chair. No, Bruce, you should drink water. It's so good for your health, Bruce. It'll make you feel so good. I just hear the lawn machinery from the neighbors. I hope that is not disturbing everyone. Oh, we get the sniffles. Okay, Ray, I understand completely. Yes. There are benefits. And I thought about making a video about the benefits of living in the middle of nowhere, versus what it's like to live in civilization. But I didn't know if anyone would watch it. Yes, Ray, this is ethereal. And every evening after he eats, he has to snuggle. Bruce, that is unfortunate that San Diego just had an earthquake. Out of all the things that can happen here, an earthquake is not one of them. That's the only good thing I can say about being here. No earthquake. There might be a tornado or a hurricane and debilitating heat waves that go on for a few months that are unbearable to deal with, and massive amounts of insects, but every place has its plus and minus, everyone. Every place has a good thing and a bad thing. You just gotta weigh the good against the bad. Oh yes, right now, Ray, I am being swarmed by mosquitoes. And yesterday when I took Miracle out for a walk, it was just literally I was swatting mosquitoes, and I saw fleas out in the woods. I saw ticks, like little ticks crawling, and I'm like, oh my God. And giant ants, and the humidity, and after I go out for a walk in the woods this time of year until like it gets cold, I have to take a shower afterwards. Yeah, New Niffy, up there where you live, do you have a lot of insects? I think people who live where it's warm most of the year have more insects. Look at them, they're just swarming. Look, they're swarming little Noah. Look, they were just bothering her. I don't know if y'all can see that on camera, but they are just look. thought about living in the desert, but there wouldn't be any greenery, but there wouldn't be any insects. And once again, I have said, there's your plus and minus to everything. If you live here, you have that. If you live there, you don't have that. Yeah. It's like, where do I go? What do I do? Of course, right now it doesn't matter. I'm stuck, y'all. I'm literally stuck here for a while. No, Niffy, is Field Cat that you're talking about, Big Tom? Oh, Adam, that's disappointing to hear the desert has bugs. I do know, Adam, you did live in Arizona. Uh, hey, John. There's my good friend, John. Hey, John, thank you for being here. I truly do appreciate it. I'm having a crappy day, John. Can I say crappy on YouTube? Oh, the bigger black cat. She was here. I did have both of the black cats here, New Niffy. But, after they eat, they disperse. I do have that tabby cat there. But we do. Here is, everyone, if you want to see a cat, here's a cereal for his after dinner snuggles. And there's Kaisera in her chair. Oh, look at that light. Ray, I bet you if John lived nearby, I guarantee you John would come by and fix that belt. That is true. I could depend on John. Well, hello, Chelsea Lewis. Thank you for being here again, Chelsea. I truly do appreciate seeing you, Chelsea. Yeah, Adam, I do think they do listen to everything we say. And I don't care. I wouldn't say anything that I don't want them to hear. Okay, Ray. Thank you for being here, Ray. I truly do appreciate it. It means so much to me. And thank you for your advice about my car. I sort of thought, I thought maybe sometimes it's called a serpentine or a universal belt. I've heard universal belt somewhere, but I just know it was a belt that pulled about 5 or 6 things. Because I have eyes and I can see. But thank you for being here, Ray. I truly do appreciate it. Hope you and you have a great evening. No, I thought you were going, Ray. I'm sorry. I would never boot you out. Can y'all hear the machinery? It's like right over there. I do not know if y'all can hear that or not. But they have a very nice, very expensive house, and they're trying to make it look pretty, and I cannot criticize them for that. You do want to do your yard work around here in the early morning or late evenings. The middle of the day is not the time to get out and do your yard work. Almost sounds like they're cutting down small trees. John, I don't know if you gleaned from what is going on from chat, John, but I'm having significant car issues, John. It'll all work out in the end. Uh-oh, it sounds like they hit something they shouldn't have. Oh, John, the giant belt on my car broke, and I'm stranded, John. And the very independent Tranquil had to ask a neighbor to take me to town, and it hurts me to do that. Yes, Ray, that is a good thing. When you live in the South, nobody wants to go out in the midday sun unless it's necessary. Well, Chelsea Lewis, you can get a shout out. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you for being here, Chelsea. I truly do appreciate it. I hope you're having a beautiful day, Chelsea. I hope everything is going good for you. Yes, it's that serpentine belt. It runs about 5 or 6 different things. And no, I can't take a taxi. No, I can't call Uber. No, I can't call Lyft. Let's go look at it, y'all. Let's look at the abomination that is my 22-year-old car. Let's have a look-see. Here we go. You can see why they call it serpentine. It's very long. It's very broken. And it runs this. Ooh, it twirls. They're twirly. Something way down there. Ooh, something there. And something there. Oh, something there. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different things. This beautiful piece of plastic would engage. Well, thank you, Rudini. They all, the car ran perfectly the day before. No problems. I used it the day before, but who knows? But, you know, I know this belt is not going to cost me much, but I just know that the labor is going to be horrendous. And I know it's going to be at least $100 to be towed. And there's Ethereal. Hey, Essie. Let's go see what the other cats are doing. Let's walk. I've said enough, everyone. Okay, everyone, here's Kaisera. Hello, Kaisera. Are you enjoying time in your chair? Over here. There's Princess. Hello, Princess. How's your day going? Well, hello, Mr. Oakley Bean. Thank you for being here. Yes, Adam. I do try to have some humor. It's hard. On top of everything I've got going on, other than that, you know, yeah, my neighbor tried to think of a way he could put it on Ray. He said, well, he said, You know what? I can Google it and I can get a YouTube video that can show me how to put that on. Because, YouTube shows you everything. He says, well, I could show you, I can go over there and YouTube can show me how to put it on. And I'm like, no, I'd rather have a professional put it on. Let's go see what's going on over here. Chelsea says, what does it look like in your house? Chelsea, it looks like chaos. Unfortunately, Chelsea, because I live with a mother who has the ending stages of dementia. So, it's unfortunate in my house, Chelsea. There's a reason why I don't live stream in my house, y'all. There's a reason. And here is Princess. Oh, John, if they want to come see you, let them. Nobody wants to come see me. Nobody even knows when my birthday is except for when I had my birthday. Logan, he has a couple different channels. Logan did make me a video, and I think maybe Anu did, and Lavi did something for me on made videos for me. So I did have a couple of good friends on YouTube who made some things for me. Hey, they turned it off. It's quiet. Oh, Cheryl. I've always said that I do know a lot of people on here. I know their phone numbers, like John, and a few people I know their phone numbers, and I always said I would love to visit with Cheryl. But, Cheryl, if you're private, I understand. Hey there. Hey, it's suddenly quiet. And it's peaceful again, everyone. It's very peaceful. Thank you for being here, Ray. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just experiencing one of the downfalls of living in the middle of nowhere with no transportation. Adam, you're so silly. She's listening. Anyway, it's nice and quiet now, y'all. Let's go see what the cats are doing. See what's going on. Oh, look, it's little kitten Santiam. You're so funny. Adam, I do understand about what you're saying. I get it. I mean, John, I do get it about how you're talking about your house is small. Maybe it cannot handle a lot of visitors. I get it. Well, Chelsea, thank you for being here this evening. I truly do appreciate it. I hope you have a great day, Chelsea. Thanks for stopping by. I am starting to hear the insects, everyone. And they do give a nice background sound, like the insect sound. Oh, okay. There's Kaisera with her puffy tail hanging over. Well, John, you have a nice yard. Here's a suggestion, John. Pay no attention to me because I'm having an anxiety attack, John. But you have a nice yard, John. Set up some tables, some chairs, and say, let's get together in the nice spring weather and have dinner there. I'm serious, like, our nearby park. I used to have my birthdays at a nearby park. Just set up something. They don't necessarily have to come to your house. Like, let's go to a park. Let's set up some tables. Because I understand when you have a small place, you do not want to get it crowded with a lot of people. Yeah, no, Niffy, if you don't have a lot of room, it is not always comfortable for people to come and stay. It's just not. And if you like your quiet time, it is not always comfortable for people to come and stay. Maybe not necessarily physically, maybe emotionally, mentally. You do not want necessarily strange people in your private space. I understand that completely, totally. You do not want to be invaded. John, that would be a good idea. If they have all the amenities, set them up there, John. Like, if y'all want to come, we can get together there in this park. And it sounds beautiful, John. Oh, Adam, thank you for being here. I truly do appreciate it. I hope you have a great evening. Adam. Yeah, New Niffy, I understand what you're saying. My room is small. It's very small here, and it's basically like a walk-in closet. And I say, my space is mine. It might not be much, but I don't want to share it because it's my space. I'm like, you know. I know that song, Sydney Cat. So many people called that number, the 8675309. Call me. Anyway, I think they took the number out of circulation because so many people called that number. Oh no, I just got my notification, y'all. I'm so sorry. Yes, it's Jenny. Call me Jenny. Oh, I thank you all for being here. My day has been totally crappy. And thank you all for being here. I truly do appreciate it. Well, I love you too, Sydney Cat, New Niffy, John, Cheryl, Adam, Bruce. Anybody I'm forgetting? I am addled-brained right now. Raymond. Thank you for being here, Raymond. And the lawn machinery is going again. And Maiden was here. Thank you, Maiden. thank you, Raymond, for saying feel better soon. This battery is going to die any second now. And unfortunately, I have to go cook dinner. You have all made my life so much better. You do not know how much I appreciate each and every one of you. I truly do. Without y'all, I wouldn't have hardly anybody to talk to. I can't. Oh, bye. It's shutting down. Bye. So